Okay, good win for our team. That's a good Temple team that we beat. I mean, every game that we've had versus Temple has just gone down the wire. And, we were obviously, I just thought we were a little lethargic in some areas of the game. I thought especially the start of the second half, and even to back it up, the first half, 12 turnovers. And Diedrich did not play well the first half. 6 of those 12 were from him. But I was really proud of him that he didn't let his confidence get down. He stayed upbeat, and he had a great second half. He and Shaq Goodwin both had double-doubles, plus Shaq had 4 blocks. So really proud of both those guys. Really proud of Diedrich to really bounce back on that second half. And we won the game because we got stops. Our defense has carried us all year, and it did us again. I mean, we were down 11 early in the second half, and again, we held them to 37% from the field and 28% from 3. And they're the second in the country in fewest turnovers, Temple is. And they got 3 shot clock violations today, and that's due to our defense. So I was really proud of our defense. We forced them to 13 turnovers. So, again, we won the game for 2 reasons. Defensively, and secondly, we made free throws down the stretch. And guys stepped up and made free throws, which I'm really proud of. And we cost ourselves a game or 2 earlier in the year by not making free throws, but we've been making our free throws and has put us in position because, again, our field goal percentage offense just, hasn't been real effective. We only turned it over twice the second half. One of them being Burrell there at the end. I don't know what he was thinking. I mean, we work on that all the time and talk about it all the time and show film on it about late game situations. But that was just a mistake. But we were we were composed that when the ball went through, we got ourselves set. We got the ball to Ricky and he drew the foul, which was great. It was sort of similar to last year when Kedron made the shot to put us up. We were kind of celebrating. And then Josh Brown hits the shot, and I think when they made it, they were celebrating a little bit, and boom, boom, boom. So it was 2 good teams, good win, and very proud of our guys. And again, like I said, we win the game via defense, and that's been our identity all year long. We've hung our hat on defense, and we've done a good job on that.
Pretty important for Ricky to keep his mouth closed.
I think the MVP is Brad Anderson. I told Brad Ricky was full of blood. His teeth were all over the place, and he was bleeding like crazy. And I said, Brad, I don't care what you do. If you tape his mouth, you do your job, and he's shooting those free throws. And I said, because all he's got to do is make one. And I said, I don't want anyone else shooting the free throws, so do your job. And he put that towel into his mouth, and that thing was soaked with blood. Ricky then was, his teeth was all screwed up. I don't know. Brad's having them see the doctor now, but they're all over the place. And then the refs had him looking. He was bleeding down his mouth, and the ref said, "You need to get someone else." And I says, "Baloney, he's fine." So then Ricky took a big gulp, just drank all of his blood, licked his lips, and he said he's fine. And I says, he's the one who's shooting the free throw. So you got to give him credit on that.
Josh, what did you see from your vantage point with the collision? Because they had just tied it up. Obviously, the ball bounces right into the guy's hands. He ties it up 2 seconds ago, and then all of a sudden there's the collision. Well,
he fouled him. I mean, Ricky pushed up, and the guy went right at him. I mean, he ran over Ricky, basically. He collided with him. It was a foul.
You thought they were losing?
I don't know on that. But it's, might have, or it just might have been by accident or whatever, but and the referee made the right call. I mean, it was, he made the right call, and he just took him out. I mean, his teeth were all over the place, so, and he was full of blood. So, but Ricky, we were due to get a break our way, and these games versus Temple, these games versus Temple have been down the wire. And let me say this, and I said this on Monday at our press conference. Regardless of anything, for this year's team, regardless of what people feel about me or anything in the past, if people would just judge on this year's team, one thing about this team is they fight, they scrap, they claw, they leave it all on the floor. They're not perfect. Doesn't mean we're going to win every game the rest of the way, but they battle. They represent Memphis the right way because they're a blue-collar team. And they play, they leave it on the floor. We're a young team. This team has gotten better. I think you look at a guy like Nick Marshall has continued to improve. And and I thought the crowd gave us good energy today. And so I just hope people appreciate, this team for this year. That doesn't mean we're going to win every single game, but it just means that I know they're going to leave it on the floor.
Coach, Nick came in the first half and provided some good energy and good minutes. But in the second half wasn't played at all. Is there something you saw that you didn't like?
I just wanted to go with Dedrick Lawson and Shaq Goodwin. They both got double-doubles.
What do you think of Sam?
I thought I started Sam, and the reason I started Sam, it wasn't a demotion to Jeremiah Martin. It was just I felt our problem was our we've been so good defensively, and I felt our starts have been better. That's why I started Jeremiah, and he's helped us on that. The issue is our offense. Our biggest issue is our field goal percentage offense. Field goal percentage. It's our offense. So I figured putting Sam in there as a true point could maybe help us on that. What has saved us this year, when we've hung our hat on, has been our defense, and has been our free throw shooting. I mean, we get to the line a lot and we make free throws, but we're just we're shooting again 35% from the field. I think this is like the 6th or 7th straight game under 40%, and we shot 25% from three. So, but I put him in there to help try to organize our team a little more offensively to try to get us just hopefully improve our field goal percentage offense. And so I thought he gave us good minutes. He's still a work in progress, and he just has to continue to stay ready. I think between him and Jeremiah, those two will be kind of a fluid situation.
Coach, the last couple of games, the late game execution really wasn't up to standard. When going up against South Carolina, you're only down 2 points with a minute left. You up basically down 2 points in
well, wait a second. I don't know what you're talking about, because South Carolina, we were down 3 with a minute to go, and they called a foul, which wasn't a foul on Burrell, and we didn't tell them to foul. And then secondly, on UConn, we got up by 1 with 40 seconds. We called a timeout, drew up a play, and we scored on it. We hit a 3. And then today, we called timeout, and we scored again on it. We got to the free throw line, and then we scored again. So I don't know which play you're talking about.
Last 2 games, or the last 2 losses, the execution down the stretch.
Yeah, well, the other thing is they called a foul and on us, and then we came off on the next time down versus UConn. Burrell had a drive, had a good looking shot, he missed it, and then from there we fouled. It was a 3-point game. We didn't get a good shot that we wanted to, and then down here, Burrell throws it out of bounds. I mean, we don't teach that, to throw it back in there. Otherwise, I don't know what the late game execution. If you're talking about late game execution, we've been in every game. We've had chances to win. We haven't been able to finish, and the finish is because we put them on the free throw line, or Shaq hasn't been in the game. I mean, that's been a big issue. Both South Carolina and UConn, Shaq's sitting for over, he's playing 21, 22 minutes, and we can't win at the level that we want to win at if Shaq Goodwin is not playing on the floor 30 plus minutes. And tonight we win because he plays 38 minutes. I mean, we're not good enough. We're not deep enough to have Shaq Goodwin pick up any silly fouls and not be on the floor for us. Minimum 32, 33, 34 minutes. Him, Dedrick Lawson, and Ricky Tarrant have to play over 30 minutes every game.
And Josh, it looks like they let them play tonight. There was a lot of physicality on that floor, and Shaq walks away as physical as he plays with just the 1 foul. So we haven't seen consistency once again with that.
Yeah, but it is what it is. I'm just glad that we got the win and the call went our way. And bottom line is we went to the free throw line. I can't complain because we went to the free throw line. That's our objective. I thought we went in there trying to go inside to get the ball to the paint, and that's what we did.
Josh is, I guess, kind of really exemplified tonight. Ricky staying in there and not, worried about what happened, but wanted to shoot the free throws. Has he been pretty much everything you'd hope for a fifth-year senior?
Yeah, I mean, look, he's been really good for us, and I was really proud. He had 6 defensive rebounds, 4 assists, and only 1 turnover. The guy's been good for us. He made some defensive errors by reaching and some things, but overall, he's been really, really good for us, and he's, without him, I don't know where we'd be this year. There's no doubt about that. I mean, our improvement from our guard play from 1 year to this year is obviously a direct reflection on Ricky Tarrant.